Hi everybody, welcome back to the Country Music Time Machine and back to the crazy country songs. This is episode 4. Today we're filming this episode from the historic radio studio of WUCZ here in Carthage, Tennessee, smack dab in the middle of Tennessee. And joining me is my good buddy Dennis Banka of 104.1 The Ranch.
Good to see you, Kevin.
Hey Dennis, good to have you with me, man. And
love the show. Love the show.
I do too. I just would love my voice to work better today, but it's time to record. We're going to have fun, right, Dennis?
I've been a fan, looking forward to being part of the show. The Country Music Time Machine, and especially these crazy songs episodes, have received hundreds and hundreds of comments and many thousand views worldwide, and your support input on song suggestions make the magic happen. So make sure you support Kevin and subscribe.
Thank you, Dennis. Let's kick it off with one of your recommendations. It's coming from viewer Aubrey's 6613, recommending a song from the late Joe Diffie. Joe left us way too soon, Dennis. He died back of COVID back in 2020. And I was honored to introduce Joe on stage years ago. A few years after that, he came out with this song. This is the perfect song that tells a story of the craziness happening here on this crazy planet. It was a #1 hit for Joe.
Waitress calls the cops, says she saw it all, swears a giant alien has landed at the mall. Cops ring up the mayor, says there's panic in the streets. We hate to wake you up, but we can't find the chief. Mayor says use your head if he ain't in his car. He's hiding from his wife down at Smokey's bar. Cause and effect, chain of events, all of the chaos makes perfect sense. When you're spinning round, things come undone. Welcome to Earth, or to rock from the sun. Cause and effect, chain of events, all of the chaos makes perfect sense. When you're spinning round, things come undone. Welcome to Earth, or to rock from the sun. Welcome to Earth, or to rock from the sun. Welcome to Earth, third rock from the sun. Welcome to Earth, third rock from the sun.
We're going to go way back for this next song. Thanks for the recommendation from Ernest Cruz, 6319 for this one. Smoke, Smoke, Smoke That Cigarette has been sung by many folks, but let's go back to 1947 for this Tex Williams version. Maybe old Tex was a prophet when he and Merle Travis wrote this song. Listen to these lyrics. But if me and a certain character met, the guy that invented the cigarette, I'd murder that son of a gun in the first degree. Yep, this was an anti-smoking song from 1947. Take it away, Tex.
The other night I had me a date with the cutest little gal in these 50 states, one of them high-bred, uptown, fancy little dames. She said she loved me, and it seemed to me that everything was about like it ought to be, so hand in hand we strolled down Lover's Lane. She was oh so far from a chunk of ice, our smooching party was going real nice, so help me Hannah, I think it'd have been there yet. I give her a kiss, a little squeeze. She said, Tex, excuse me, please, but I've just got to have a filter cigarette. Smoke, smoke, smoke that cigarette. Puff, 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 and if you smoke yourself to death, tell St. Peter at the Golden Gate that you hates to make him wait. You've got to have another cigarette.
As always, we have to pay the bills here on the Country Music Time Machine. Let's check in with Junior Samples, see what's going on over at the car lot.
Hi, friend, Junior Samples here, the King Kong daddy of the used car world. And if anyone out there in this land speaks German, will you get down here and help me out? I've got a German car on the lot, and we're looking for someone to read the manual so we can find the gas filler. The car's only got 186 miles on it, and she remain in that condition unless somebody tells us where the gas goes. If you speak German and you're peaceful, the number to call is BR549.
Thanks again, Junior. Junior was big buddies with Roy Clark when they worked together on Hee Haw. Back in the day, many viewers have asked for this next song from the incredibly talented Roy Clark. This song was released in 1970, was a top 10 hit, and still loved today.
Now we're here at the station, and you're getting on, and all I can think of is, thank God in Greyhound you're gone. Thank God in Greyhound you're gone. I didn't know how much longer I could go on, watching you take the respect out of me, watching you make a total wreck out of me. That big diesel motor is playing my song. Thank God in Greyhound you're gone.
Marijuana is a theme used sometimes in country music, and by Willie Nelson, of course. But many country music time machine viewers have mentioned this song from Jim Stafford, Wildwood Weed. Released back in 1964, it tells a story about farmers, two brothers, who take a sudden interest in a common wildflower on their farm and discover, after one of them begins chewing a piece, its enjoyable hallucinogenic and mind-altering properties. Now that makes a perfect crazy country song.
The wildwood flower grew wild on the farm, and we never knowed what it's called. Some said it's a flower, and some said it's a weed, and I never gave it much thought. One day I was up there talking to my brother, and I reached down for a weed to chew on. Things got fuzzy, and things got blurry, and everything is gone. I didn't know what happened, but I knew it beat the heck out of sniffing burlap. I come to, my brother was there, and he said, "What's wrong with your eyes?" I said, "I don't know, I was chewing on a weed." He said, "Well, let me give it a try." I spent the rest of the day and most of that night trying to find my brother Bill. Caught up with him about 6 o'clock the next morning, naked, singing on the windmill.
Now it's time for the required Ray Stevens song on Crazy Country Songs 4. We go back to 1969 for this one. We thank Sarah for this recommendation. This song was a hit in the U.S., where it was number 8 on the pop chart, but it was even bigger over in New Zealand and reached number 2 over there. I don't know anybody in New Zealand except that new NASCAR driver. That's right, Shane Van Gisbergen, or something like that.
Shane Van Gisbergen.
Shane Van Gisbergen. SVJ G said Van Gisbergen to the lead here in Chicago.
Chuck Mangione gonna be coming down here.
Sir, you are going to have to speak more slowly. I cannot understand you.
Dang, oh.
Shane Van Gisbergen.
No.
Shane Van Gisbergen.
I can say Ray Stevens. This is Guitar Xan.
In country music history, there have been some crazy songs with even crazier titles. This is one of those. The title is I'm My Own Grandpa. With a song like that, a title like that, we have to check it out. The song was released back in 1947 and was sung by Lonzo and Oscar. The song is about a man who, through an unlikely but legal combination of marriages, becomes stepfather to his own stepmother, and by dropping the step modifiers, he becomes his own grandfather. I'm already confused. Let's play a little of the song.
This made my dad my son-in-law and changed my very life. My daughter was my mother 'cause she was my father's wife. To complicate the matter, even though it brought me joy, I soon became the father of a bouncing baby boy. My little baby then became a brother-in-law to Dad, and so became my uncle, though it made me very sad. For if he was my uncle, then that also made him brother of the widow's grown-up daughter, who of course was my stepmother. I'm my own grandpa. I'm my own grandpa. It sounds funny, I know, but it really is so. Oh, I'm my own grandpa.
Okay, Dennis, now we're going to go from grandpas to skunks. The next song in the crazy episode has been mentioned a lot in the comments down below. In 1973, it was a hit for Loudon Wainwright III. Yeah, okay. That's a fancy rich man's name, I believe. The song Dead Skunk was not on the country chart, but was a hit on the pop chart in the US, Australia, and Canada. Maybe in 1973 it was too hippie sounding for the country chart. I don't know. But you cannot deny the great banjo and fiddle in the song. Let's check it out.
Crossing the highway late last night, he should have looked left and he should have looked right. He didn't see the station wagon car. The skunk got squashed and there you are. You got your dead skunk in the middle of the road. Dead skunk in the middle of the road. Dead skunk in the middle of the road, stinking to high heaven.
Back in the 1960s, Roger Miller had a lot of great songs. One of those great songs was You Can't Roller Skate in a Buffalo Herd. This is a plain silly song. I have no idea what the lyrics mean, but we love it.
Let's play it.
You can't roller skate in a buffalo herd. You can't roller skate in the buffalo herd. You can't roller skate in a buffalo herd. You can be happy if you've a mind to. You can't take a shower in a parakeet cage. You can't take a shower in a parakeet cage. You can't take a shower in a parakeet cage. But you can be happy if you've a mind to. All you got to do is put your mind to it. Knuckle down, buckle down, do it, do it, do it. Well, you can't roller skate in a buffalo herd. You can't roller skate in a buffalo herd. You can't roller skate in a buffalo herd. You can be happy if you've a mind to. You can't tap dance on a highline wire. You can't tap dance on a highline wire. You can't tap dance on a highline wire, 'cause the wiretap laws will get you if you do. Well, you can't roller skate in a buffalo herd. You can't roller skate in a buffalo herd. You can't roller skate in a buffalo herd. You can be happy if you've a mind to.
You know, back when I worked at this radio station, I did the news sometimes, Dennis. So I'm gonna put my newsman thing on. Breaking news. Yeah, this just in from the 104.1, the Ranch Newsroom. Amos Moses was a Cajun. He lived by himself in the swamp. He hunted alligator for a living. He just knocked him in the head with a stump. The Louisiana law gonna get you, Amos. It ain't legal hunting alligator down in the swamp, boy.
Now Amos Moses was a Cajun, and he lived by himself in the swamp. He hunted alligator for a living. He just knock him in the head with a stump. Son, the Louisiana law gonna get you, Amos. It ain't legal hunting alligator down in the swamp, boy. Well, the folks around South Louisiana, they said Amos was a hell of a man. He could trap the biggest, the meanest alligator, and just use one hand. Well, that's all they got in there, 'cause the alligator get him, huh? Left arm concrete up to the elbow. Well, about 45 minutes from east to Stafford, Louisiana. And then the man called Doc himself and his pretty wife, Hannah. Well, they raised up a son that could eat up his way in the grocery. And they named him after a man at a club. Called him Amos Moses.
Not many artists that make crazy country songs are big enough to win a Grammy or even be inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame, but the dynamic duo, this one is one of them. Many folks have commented about Homer and Jethro. The duo, known as the Thinking Man's Hillbillies, were huge back, especially in the 50s and 60s. They released lots of great songs, won a Grammy Award, and were inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame in 2001. Their biggest hit was this one. How much is that hound dog in the window, or in the winder, I guess, if you're from the South. It's set back to 1953.
How much is that hound dog in the winder? I do hope that flea bag's for sale. How much is that hound dog in the winder? The one with the long mangy tail. I'll give you 2 bits for that hound dog. The one with a sad aching heart. For he looks so much like my girlfriend, I can't hardly tell 'em apart.
Here's another crazy song from Johnny Cash, A Boy Named Sue. It was released back in 1969, and it was yet another one of Johnny's #1 hits worldwide. It was on the live album, Johnny Cash from San Quentin. And here's a clip from the Johnny Cash TV show.
He said, now you just fought one hell of a fight, and I know you hate me. You got the right to kill me now, and I wouldn't blame you if you do. But you ought to thank me before I die for the gravel in your gut and the spit in your eye, 'cause I'm the son of a bitch that named you Sue. What could I do? What could I do? Well, I got all choked up and I threw down my gun. I called him a paw and he called me a son, and I come away with a different part of you. And I think about it now and then, every time I try and every time I win. If I ever have a boy, I think I'm gonna name him John Carter. That'll be a good one.
Well, if the devil went down to Georgia, why can't he go down to Florida? According to Cletus T. Judd, he sure can. In the 1990s, Cletus went down to Florida looking for a car to steal.
Cletus shook his head as he watched Foxworthy's show, and he heard him joke of how he passed a burning gold Pinto. Then later on, Garth told Cletus you'll never get the chance again, as he gave the check to that darn redneck who drove a Mercedes-Benz. He said, tough break, big guy, before I go, would you like to hear another Redneck Joe? Did you know I got my own TV show? Well, does anybody watch it? No, heck no. Well, you might be a redneck if your mom and daddy catches you out behind the barn whipping Jeff Foxworthy for talking about rednecks all the time. Oh, shoot, I miss Kid Jeff. I wish I could be your best friend. Do you like me? I'd love to be on your TV show. Come here to me.
Let's sneak in one more song on episode 4 of the Crazy Country Songs on the Country Music Time Machine. And this is a sneaky song. Tom T. Hall is recognized as one of the greatest songwriters of all time, and he loved fun songs as well. Sneaky Snake was released in 1974, and the song tells the story of a snake who likes sneaking up on people and stealing their root beer. Let's listen to a little of Tom T. Hall.
Now Sneaky Snake drinks root beer, and he just makes me sick. But when he is not dancing, he looks just like a stick. He doesn't have any arms or legs, and you cannot see his ears. And while we are not looking, he's stealing all of our beer. And then old Sneaky Snake goes dancing, wiggling and a hissing. Sneaky Snake goes dancing, giggling and a hissing. I don't like old Sneaky Snake, he laughs too much, you see. When he goes wiggling through the grass, tickles his underneath.
Well, folks, that's all we have for you on the Country Music Time Machine and Crazy Country Songs, episode 4. Big thanks to my pal there, Dennis, hanging out with me today.
Handshake.
Huh?
That was a weird handshake.
Let's try again. Okay, let's do it better. And thank y'all for putting up with me and my crazy voice Dennis here is the helmsman of WUCZ, the Ranch 104.1 here in Middle Tennessee. Make sure you tune in, check them out on Facebook and all the other
Twitter,
Instagram, all those other wonderful places. Until then, this is Kevin. That is Dennis. Let's keep it country right here on the Country Music Time Machine.
That's all for friends.